All right, we are back for another episode of Retro Watch here on Winter Wolf's Den. Super excited. We've got an absolute banger packed up for you guys. Starship Troopers. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to bring in King Z because you know he's going to do his part.
Good bug except a dead bug.
We're going way back in time. It's like a 30-year difference almost. I can't believe this came out in like 97, right? It's now the Retro Watch is starting to show its age because old stuff is now almost the year 2000. That stings. But not as much as getting a bug from planet Klendathu throwing a pincher through your thigh or something. Then you got to sit out in the back of the tank and have fine ass Dina Meyer kiss you on the window. But there's a lot to like about Starship Troopers, and it's not just Dina Meyer being eternally good looking.
I mean, Rico has two hot girls pretty much fighting over him.
My man, and everybody knows that the mark of maturity in a man is growing up and realizing that Dizzy was the right choice and Carmen made nothing but nothing. I'm sorry. I'll say it.
I mean, this was Denise Richards pre-Charlie Sheen.
Oh, dude, 100% pre-Charlie Sheen. It's also her pre any kind of acting a bit. Oh, no, she never had any of that. Never mind.
No, she never really did. Even when she was July Christmas or whatever her name was in Bond.
Dr. Jones, Christmas Jones, and don't make any jokes. I've heard them all.
Yeah. Oh God, that was the worst. I'm a nuclear scientist. Oh God, that was bad. That was bad. And then
out in the field.
That's bad. It was just bad. She did Wild Things right after this, though. That was an improvement. That was a step up for her.
Yeah, but Nev Campbell carried that one.
100%. So, but we're not doing Wild Things today on Retro Watch. Maybe in the future. We're just going to talk some Troopers because you can't have as wildly different a take on the source material as this movie is and end up with and under normal circumstances end up with a good movie. Now I get it. This is a stupid movie. It's categorically bad.
But it has that following.
Love it.
It has that following. Dude, it's so bad, it's good.
It's so bad that it's epic. You know what this is, dude? This is for us guys that didn't have Helldivers 2. We had it first. We had Heroes of the Federation, or not the Federation. What is it? Super Earth for democracy, for Super Earth. Like we had that in the late 90s, and these guys just caught up to that, 2 years ago with Helldivers 2. It's the same thing. Helldivers 2 is a better Starship Troopers game than the Starship Troopers extermination game that we got like 2 years ago. And everything about Helldivers comes from the epicness that is this movie. From the crap dialogue to the way over the top satire of, patriotism and service and citizenship and all that kind of stuff. And it couldn't be more 180 degrees different than Heinlen's book than it is.
Other than the military society that they live in.
The foundation is the same, but I mean, like the tone, the temperament, the messaging of the whole thing, it's completely different. How it gets delivered. Like the novel gives you like a bleak look at what like an authoritarian society can look like, even when certain people can vote and they don't. The book spends a good amount of time getting into the head of the bugs. That they're intelligent in the book, as I recall. They do have a hive mind, but they are intelligent beings that with purpose. You know what I mean? They're responding to the attack on their territory, and it's not just the bugs wiped out Buenos Aires and the only good bug is a dead bug. Like the movie, like the book is complicated, and has levels to it, layers. It's like an onion or an ogre.
Depends on which one you look at first.
Exactly. So it's weird to me that, we can talk about the movie and be like, yeah, it's a popcorn movie to the nth degree. You sit down, you watch the machine gun, some bugs, you watch them have handheld tactical nuclear grenades, which is
with no radiation fallout.
Not a damn thing. Not a damn drop.
Like 2035, 2040, something like that.
Something like that.
When this taking place, so maybe they found out a way to get rid of the half-life of a nuclear weapon.
Now, I don't know how you do that to cesium-145, but I mean, they figured it out. I don't know. But the movie takes place. It's present. It's present day to them, like you said. It's like near future to us, but it's in the present. There's no timeline hopping, is what I'm trying to say. And follows young lad Rico, who's an outgoing high school senior, and he's got to find his way in the world. He tells his parents, I'm not really going to stick around. In the book, I think he's trying to stick around for dad's family business. because they're wealthy, they're all very affluent. That's kind of that's one of the satirical points to the book and to the movie. And he's like, "Nah, I think I'm going to join the mobile infantry." And Dad's like, "Not only are you not going to do that, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." Rico eventually runs away from home, and because he gets embarrassed by Gary Busey's son, who puts his test scores up on the screen, we see Rico's not exactly the sharpest knife in the drawer. Like, probably wasn't going to get into med school with those test scores. So he flunks out of having any options except mobile infantry. Meanwhile, like his original girlfriend is going to go. She's going to be a pilot. She's going to fleet, and that's upper echelon scores. His best friend, played by the immortal Doogie Howser, is going to go be military intelligence. And in that world, not the butt of any jokes. Games and theories, which is weird when he comes back at the end wearing like the Nazi trench coat with the certain looking uniform. Yeah, they weren't sending a message with that at all, but that's okay. With their psyops, literally, and psychic ops, not just psyops. And then the movie's about Johnny kind of finding his way in the mobile infantry. He almost washes out because when he's squad leader, there's a fatality on a training course. And an hour after that happens, or after he gets whipped for it, he's packing up to go home, and the bugs launch their counterattack on BA specifically, which is where they're all from. They hit it with an asteroid that they kind of used bug plasma to knock off course, as I guess that's a thing you can do.
Yeah.
It's almost like moving the entire planet across the galaxy to avoid Galactus. That's neither here nor there. But it works. The bugs hit their shot. Johnny re-ups in an epic scene where the sergeant that's discharging was like, "Did you sign your 725, whatever it is? He wouldn't be legal.
1270-3 or something like that."
Whatever it is. And then the immortal Clancy Brown's like, "I didn't see him sign it." He just rips up the paper.
Yeah.
Puts him right back into the meat grinder. Love it. Very colorful cast of character actors.
Mobile infantry made me the man I am today, and the dude has no legs.
And he's missing a hand. He's missing a hand. He got no legs, and he got robo hand.
But you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
All I can remember is the paddle. That's rough. But that's a great line, and again, that's satire done intelligently in a comedy, and I love it. My man made his point. Literally made you the man here today. But it is not a complicated watch. I say for me, and you just watched this today with the Oracle. It's been a couple of years since I watched it, admittedly. I thought the last time I watched this that the bug effects largely held up. Practically done in a lot of places with the models, like the stand-up fighting ones. Lot of early AI CG in the back for the swarm. But anything they fight up close that's actually doing damage and like running people through, practical.
Yeah. The question I had today is that we're sitting there watching it, and it was right after Rico throws the grenade in the tank type unit that shoots out the napalm. It explodes. I'm like, how tired of that are these people with getting this stuff thrown in their face, this liquid goo stuff
the
shot in
goo.
Their face. Yeah, during the filming of this.
That had to be a great little stunt to work too, because that was obviously in a practical rig where he's got to like hold on to the broken shell with the one hand and fire the gun in and then dunk the grenade. So
I'm just guessing on that day when the actor, the one thing you don't want to hear is like, "All right, we're going to do it again. Back to ones."
Yeah, no, that looked kind of gross. And there's a lot of that going on. The movie had some pretty gnarly like injuries, maimings, and character deaths for the time too in '97. Like anytime a bug got up close on somebody, or when it took that cow apart. Yeah, dude, you were dead. Remember in the testing ground with Neil Patrick Harris's character, where he's teaching them to shoot out the nerve cluster. Like they fed a cow to it first in an earlier segment, and like they had to put a sensor block over it to be funny and satirical. But that thing's just chomping Zergling style from StarCraft. Incidentally, I think that's where the Starcraft creatures got their inspiration from, probably from Starship Troopers too. Yeah, a lot of violent stuff. People getting impaled, run through. A couple folks get torn in half. One dude gets decapitated when one of the flying ones swoops down and decapitates a sniper when they first go to Planet P. Like, yeah, they weren't messing around with the violence they threw on screen, but like that's the director's, that's his jam. This is Verhoeven, isn't it? If I remember correctly.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like this is right up his bag with things like Total Recall and other violent action flicks of the 90s. Yeah, I think it was Verhoeven. I'm almost positive it was. They weren't messing around when they got to their bloody creature effects. That leg wound that Johnny takes that puts him in the back of the tank for a hot minute. That was a pretty savage wound in and of itself.
3 more days.
3 more days, right? We're getting tattoos. Death from above. I like that group of characters, and I don't. Did any of them actually die?
Chris O'Donnell did.
Who was Chris? Oh, Chris O'Donnell was in the movie. That's right. He's the. Is he the one that's like, war? We're going to war. I think that was him. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the one who was interviewing everybody in the shower, asking where they came from and why they joined MI.
Right. That was a little kind of a chubbier face, Chris O'Donnell. Then I don't think
that
he
was
had
a
leaned
very
up for Batman
young
forever.
Chris
yet.
O'Donnell.
Yeah. He hadn't leaned up
a lot
for
of
Batman
people
forever
that's
yet.
in this movie. I mean, of course, you have the three: Rico,
that's
Denise
Van
Richards, and Dez.
That's Dina Meyer.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
Denise Richards, Captain. The one that
that was Janeway, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's the one who's
she's the Admiral. Yeah. Michael Ironside is his high school is the history teacher in the original
Clancy Brown.
Sergeant. Clancy Brown.
You also have the guy who originally played the Thing in he's the captain of the one who turned his back when he ripped it up. He was the commander of the training unit.
He was the Thing. That wasn't Michael Chiklis. That was Hank from Breaking Bad, whose name I can never remember. He was also in Total Recall. He was the mutant that had the folded over face. But he never played the Thing. That was you're thinking of Michael Chiklis from the Commish and and the Shield.
The Shield,
a different dude. Jake Busey, Gary Busey's son, like I said, was on that squad.
He's there. You have a quick thing of Lassie. He's in there. He's has a little commercial. He's like, "Are you psychic?" And he has like the little eye that appears.
Oh,
the commercials in between the news.
Yeah.
Do you want to know more?
The opposing or the other senior pilot. He's a known guy too, isn't he? Like Carmen's new boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I know him from Starship
Troopers.
It's the only place I know him.
That's where I know him from too. But I feel like I know him from other 90s, 2000s era. So, but the movie's full of people. You know what I mean? People you would recognize. You'd be like, oh crap, he was in that too.
It's one of those movies that were built to launch stars.
100%. You put a bunch of pretty young people in there. Let them run around, do some physical stuff. You know what I mean? Show off some not acting chops, but like action chops. Because I think out of everybody in here, like who are the big stars that walk away from this? Like Michael Ironside was already Michael Ironside. Casper Van Dien went on to be in like Sleepy Hollow. You know what I mean? Not exactly the most
pretty much Denise Richards is the only one who really. And then Neil Patrick Harris, he went to music theater after this.
Yeah, NPH. Then, he's a known.
Yeah, but his star didn't get bright on the screen again until How I Met Your Mother, and of course Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Right. And by that point, he just become like a pop culture, like he's just a lexicon within everybody's kind of the collective culture, you know, in the conscious there.
Yeah.
You know, but I think Denise Richards rode the slingshot that was Wild Things into like some kind of popular stardom early 2000s. I mean,
she was a Bond. She got to become a Bond girl. So
on the heels of Wild Things. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, but the movie it's a nice little action movie. Did you think it dragged anywhere in the middle? I thought they interspersed enough little violence with the battle sequences, the training sequences being unforgiving in a couple of different places. I didn't think it really dragged because the runtime can't be that long on this one, right? This is a 90s movie.
159, 156.
Wow, I'm shocked that it was even 2 hours. I really am. Okay.
Yeah. Because was it? Yeah, I think it was like right around that almost 2 hour mark.
I gotcha. So what did you think of the pacing? Were you bored on a rewatch, or is this something that was a nice little burn of 2 hours of your busy Saturday?
I mean, it was all right. I had no problem with the pacing. My big thing was just how cheesy the dialogue was. Yeah. That's what threw me out of it. There was a lot of just dumb moments that happen. Yeah. And it was mostly just a dialogue. And then like repeating of dialogue. Like, I heard your lieutenant's a real nut cruncher, and punches him. And like a minute and a half before that, he's walked in. I heard the lieutenant's a real nut cruncher.
Slap. And they do their own little callbacks to that too, because you know when Rico takes over the squad at the end, like they say the same. Oh, now it's Rico's Roughnecks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Welcome to the Roughnecks. Rico's Roughnecks.
Right. So they revisit all that stuff, which is all right. I love that Rico gets the line because it's straight out of the book. Come on, he gets it from Michael Ironside, but they do the "Come on, you apes, do you want to live forever?" Like that. That comes directly from one of the sergeants in the book, which is a nice little touch.
I have one rule: everyone fights, or I'll shoot you.
Yeah, no one quit. If you don't do your job, I'll shoot you. I like that. But I like the melodrama. This is one of those movies where I like the military melodrama where it comes up. Like when Michael Ironside gets pulled halfway under the ground, he grabs Rico and is like, "You know what to do." He's like, "Sir, yes, sir." And just fucking assault rifles him to the chest and then runs.
I expect any one of you to do the same for me.
Dude, that was some cold-blooded shit that I did not understand when I was 15. In context, King Z's talking about this scene where they're on patrol. They're patrolling a bug world, and one of their snipers gets picked up by a flying bug. It takes it away to a nest, and it's starting to jack him up a little bit. And they're like, "Oh, we got to mount a rescue. We got to go." And fucking Michael Ironside just yeets the sniper rifle off the other sniper and domes this dude to put him out of his misery. And then he shoves it back into that dude's chest like he stole it, right? Like he's just returning stolen shit. And he's like, "I'd expect any of you to do the same for me." I'm like, I mean, you guys have like fighter jets and shit. We could have tried. You know? He's like, "Nah, dog. We don't do that here. We're not into that."
It is laced with like one-liners that are just perfect to quote.
Yeah.
Fleet does the flying, MI does the dying.
You know, there's that one. That's a good one too. Another little bit of the melodrama that my brothers and I always quote to each other, and we're going to be doing that next month when Helldivers comes out for sure, is when they're trying to make their final escape. I always call him Apone from Aliens. I know that's not the character's name, but he's like literally the Black Sergeant. He is basically Apone. He's one of Rychek's guys. He's wounded. They give him the tactical hand grenade nuke to hold them off, and he's just shooting bugs. And Rico asks him, "Do you want to be a hero?" He's like, "I'm just trying to kill some bugs, sir." Shooting more bugs. You like that? Fucking detonates them. Like, that guy's a boss. We have to bring back that old clip of that because we had that as one of our inner cuts. But I like stupid melodrama like that in a sci-fi movie because it's fake. It's not a retelling of like Band of Brothers, and like you can't get up for that because real people died. You know, so it's different. It hits different.
But overall, I mean, it's worth the watch to go if you have nothing to do and you're looking for something to watch. Go ahead and throw Starship Troopers on. It will entertain you for a little while, and then you can move on to something else. And then you say, "Hey, I saw Starship Troopers."
And then you know what you do right after that is not watch Starship Troopers 2, Heroes of the Federation, or even though it's marginally better, Starship Troopers 3, Marauder.
There's 5 of them.
No, there's only 3 live action though. There can't be 5 live action. I'm only worth 3.
There's a couple CGI ones, but it still has the likeness of the characters.
I did not know that. I will vouch for not watching either of the live action.
I never saw 2 until I was looking it up for this. I didn't know there was a part 2, and it's critically the most hated movie of all time. The fans and the critics hated it.
All right, I think that's going to do us for our recommend retro watch, Starship Troopers. It's definitely a fun time. If you get past some of the military jingoism, they don't lay on the social commentary as heavy. There's elements of it there when they talk about civilians and citizenship and who gets to vote and who doesn't and all that good stuff.
Want to have babies.
Right. You have to have a license to have babies. Like, say, some of the stuff from the books legit carries over, but it's not there to preach at you. That's not at all what the movie's about. It was a movie made to satirize the book, which took those things much more seriously. And it's a movie in the same style that Springsteen's Born in the USA is misconstrued by certain people as being like a patriotic song, where it's really not. This is that. It's satirical patriotism, just like Super Earth and Helldivers.
And of course, there's every teenage boy's favorite scene, which is the shower scene where everyone showers together.
Which was pretty awesome and cutting edge for its time. If you really want to get into it, they had equality. Nobody cared. That was the thing. But different world. They can do that. They could never film that scene in 2025. Ain't nobody putting Sydney Sweeney topless in a room full of naked dudes. That ain't happening. I don't know if we can get somebody on the phone to make that remake happen, but I don't think we can do that. But that's going to do it for us, guys. That's Retro Watch Starship Troopers. Go check it out. We give it a thumbs up. You guys should take a peek. Are we going to do our part?
Retro Watch.
Do we need it? We can make that. We can make that song.